Good Monday morning, everyone. I'm John. Welcome back to the Kaiser Report. Thank you for tuning in. And we have a few things to talk about today after this weekend and some of the things going on. I hope you all had a chance to tune in to our weekend report from Irwin, Tennessee, where we took you through parts of the small town of Irwin and their brand new restaurant that was there that we were fortunate enough to see and have lunch there, which was outstanding. So if you're in the Irwin area, do stop by and see the Red Fork. Well, you know, in light of what went on June 6th at the 80th celebration of D-Day with our president, the shame of it all, I guess, has dissipated, but the result of what he had to say there is looming. And as I've been telling you all along, to get prepared, because he's going to walk us into World War III, or at least a full-blown war with Russia. It was announced just shortly after the 7th of June that there will be naval exercises along with the Cuban Navy, and there is a fleet of warships from Russia on their way now, due to arrive next week into Havana. This includes nuclear-bearing submarines and state-of-the-art new ships that are ready for war. So pushing the buttons, as Biden has been doing against Russia with this Ukraine business that he was all about at a D-Day celebration, is going to have ramifications. When he said that he was going to put armaments onto the border of Russia, Russia is now going to do the same thing with us. And in case you're not aware, Cuba is about 55 or 60 miles off the coast of the Keys in Florida, in Miami.
Are you for real?
With missiles on board that can reach into South Carolina and maybe even a little beyond. So as I said months ago, if we keep poking the stick into the cave of the bear, at some point you're going to wake that bear. Well, Biden has awoken the bear and filled it with resolve. This Ukraine business has to come to an end. There needs to be peace brokered, and we need to stop trying to create World War III. This cabinet of fools that he has doing business overseas has not helped us. It's put us in a very precarious situation. And the fact that the president made a fool of himself on June 6th and then went on to Pointe du Hoc on the 7th and plagiarized almost identically Reagan's speech when he gave it there. But we all know that Joe plagiarizes, and we all know that Joe has a difficult time in doing anything unless it's on the teleprompter, and even then he makes mistakes. I'm not totally convinced that he doesn't have a stand-in, a look-alike. And there are some theories out there that that is taking place. But anyway, we're going to be taking a trip today. We're going to go into western North Carolina today, up around the town of Silva. And I hope to have some film for you later on today or first thing in the morning of this trip, and we're going to try to find a great place to have lunch and do a little scouting around the town of Silva and in the area, and we'll bring that to you. So I urge you, as I've been telling you all along, to go to the outdoors, take a deep breath in, exhale, and clear your mind, and do not turn on the mainstream media. First of all, they're not going to tell you anything about this fleet arrival. It's been scatologically talked about on other platforms, but you don't hear a word out of legacy state-run media that we have here. But be prepared, as I've told you for months and months and months, get a supply of food on hand, get some water laid in, and the essentials you're going to need to survive if something happens. And we're getting closer and closer. Whether or not this is designed so he can say, I have to stay in power, we're at war, or they've exhausted all possibilities of killing off any competition that he may have in the run for president. We all know what he's tried to do. You know what he's doing to RFK Jr. and anybody else that wants to run against him. He is against doing anything, and I will be amazed if he does this debate, if something doesn't happen to prevent that. So please get prepared. Stay away from legacy media. If you need information, you can go on to the YouTube platform, the Rumble platform, the Truth Social platform. There's 3 or 4 other ones. X is not the place to be because you have a whole bunch of left-wing loonies on there with ideas that are crazy. But anyway, I'm hoping and praying, and we all need to get on our knees daily now and ask for God's assistance in not letting World War III take place. Europe looks like it's getting ready for it. They see things coming, and for him to go there and do this speech on D-Day celebration about the Ukraine was a direct slap in the face to anyone that had served and still alive in that campaign who sat there and listened to this. Enough said about that. As I said, we're going into Western North Carolina today. We're going to breathe some great mountain air. We'll visit the mountains and bring you some film on it. And for the rest of the day, don't forget this week, if you're planning something, next weekend is going to be in the 90s. So if you're planning a cookout, don't forget our sponsor, Lazy J Farms. You can call them and order your meat on Thursday morning before 10 o'clock and pick it up. And you can have any specialty cuts you want and ribs to die for. And they have chicken, and they have good hot dogs with no fillers in it, and cheese, and, of course, the best, tastiest meat. So Lazy J Farms, you can find them on Facebook, and of course, I'll run their ad at the end of this broadcast so you'll get to see the phone numbers. So have a great rest of Monday, and we'll be back to you either late today or early tomorrow morning with some footage from Western North Carolina. God bless you all. Stay safe. Try not to panic. And stay healthy and be prepared. So with that said, we'll say bye-bye now. Do, 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 do.